What's up guys, and welcome to part 2 of What If Deku had the 7 deadly sins power. Let's jump right in when last time, when Deku said Spear Chastful's first configuration, he brought out a spear on top of a building. So he's controlling the spear and he was going after some robots. So that means he was flying through the city, he controlled the spear, going after all the 3 robots that he can. Or maybe going after the 2 robots, lots in ones. Through half of the time, he got 50 points from it. Then he's lying down on the ground, and he thought he had enough points to pass. Then the ground started shaking. Dick was wondering, what is that? What's happening? Everyone was running away, and he looked behind him, and he saw the 0-point robot. So Deku was going to basically avoid it until he saw Uraraka. He saw a girl get captured. She was screaming for help because her leg got stuck. In Deku's mind, he asked for the 7 deadly sins help because he's like, I need to help this girl because she helped me, but I don't know if the Spear Chastful has enough power. So Merlin suggested one thing. She suggested this. I'll give you some of my power, so then you're allowed to bring out the trues. So you're allowed to use the true power of Spear Chastful. He was like, true? What do you mean? Then King put in, if you say Sacred Treasure Release, you're allowed to bring out the true power of the Spear Chastful. So Deku was like, okay. So Merlin gives Deku some of her power to bring out the full extent of Spear Chastful. So he followed up with Spear Chastful and said, Sacred Treasure Release! Then he started to glow, and also the spear started to glow with yellow. They started to shine, and everyone saw this, looking up at it. The teachers were noticing as well, looking at it, and thinking, what is this person? What is he doing? Then, after a few minutes of shining, the spear area turned into a huge spear, and he said, True Spear Chastful, first configuration. Then he warmed his hand back and leaned his hand forward like he was throwing a ball, and the spear went through the 0-point robot with ease and destroyed it instantly. Deku was panting very heavily. It drained so much of his energy. So he went down to the ground and he was about to help the girl, but he was very exhausted. So he was basically walking there, all limp. He got the rock off the girl, and he couldn't carry her because he was too exhausted. So he asked for people's help, but nobody else helped. They were too shocked about what his power was. Then President Mike said, Time's up! And it stopped right there. Recovery Girl came out and obviously healed Uraraka back to full health. But obviously Deku was just exhausted, so he had no injuries on him. So he's perfectly fine. So then everyone left. He was gonna go home until Brown Girl said, Wait, thank you for saving me back there. What's your name? And Deku said, and obviously Izuku said, My name is Izuku Midoriya. What's yours? She said, Ochaka Uraraka. And then Deku said that he will walk her home just in case if anything comes near them. So they went. So Deku was walking her home, and obviously Deku got to her home, and obviously said bye. When Deku was walking home, he saw something in the distance, something weird. It was a guy with just a bat. It was a guy. He kind of looked weird, but as soon as he turned around, he kind of looked like somebody new. Meliodas in the head was like Deku, run away. That's Seldris, one of the 10 Commandments. Deku knew about the 10 Commandments because Meliodas told him about the 10 Commandments, so he started running away. Seldris, sensing some power inside of him, knew that he must have something about him. But his Zuku Midoriya was too permanent, so he used lost Fane's secret treasure release and made clones of himself and started running into his house. While the other three run in different directions, trying to see if he can actually trick Seldris. Seldris got tricked by this and killed all 3 clones, but he didn't know where the other one. But he didn't know where Zuko Midoriya went. So he gives up. He didn't bother looking for him because he could be anywhere around the sea. So he went back to the 10 Commandments because he only came there for some few souls. Zuko made it home, scared of his life because he knew that would be bad, and if he stood there and didn't notice. So Deku went to his bed and went to sleep. After a few days passed, Deku got the full extent of Bond's and Meliodas' power, so he was very strong at this time. Then Diane suggested that she gives her power next, and she did. She gave her some of her power, then got her sacred treasure, Gideon. She's told her about her power, about the earth, and how we can use the earth as a weapon. So he was very interested. So he started training with that until one day when he got a letter from UA. Then he obviously opened it. He ripped it open, and floppy disk fell out, and it projected it. Principal Nezu. He said that he got accepted into UA, and he had one of the highest scores with 50 points in villains and 30 points in rescue points. So Deku, who felt very good about himself and how he did. A few days passed, and then he got ready for UA. He obviously went there, and then he was trying to find Class 1A. When he was flying with his pillow and the rest of his weapons, because he had to bring in all the secret treasures just in case of every single thing. He made it to Class 1A, and he saw the door, and he was like, "Is this made for giants?" And in his head it said, "No offense to you, Diane." And she said, "None taken." So when he opened the door and he saw 2 students fighting, "Get your feet off that desk right now. This is a representation of UA High School." And he was like, then Baku was like, Did your school put up stick over your ass, or you were born with it?" And obviously Tenyuia is like, "Let's start over. My name is Tenyuia from I don't know what his school is, so he just said his school from what school he's from. And Baku was like, "So you think you're better than me? Four eyes, I can't wait to blow your ass up." And he's like, "Do you dare assault a classmate?" They looked at the door and saw Zuko Midoriya holding his pillow in his hands. Bakugo just scoffed at him. And Tenyuia walked over. "My name is Tenyuia." And Dick is like, "I heard your name. Nice to meet you. My name is Zuko Midoriya." "Yeah, nice to meet you." Then he said to Midoriya, "I'm sorry that I underestimated you with that pillow. Somehow you changed that pillow into a weapon. And what is that? Is that your quirk?" And he says, "No, that's just I have a secret. It's a secret, but I can't really tell anyone. Until I get stronger, I will be able to tell you, but not right now. Also, I don't have a quirk." Tenyuia was shocked by this. Even the class was shocked. Because they were like, "That kid can turn that pillow into a spear, but he doesn't have a quirk? So what is his quirk?" He said that his quirk was to Tenyuia, and Tenyuia is like, "You must be joking, because no one can just turn that pillow into a spear and just say that they don't have a quirk." But then, and Uraraka came up behind him. Hey, hello, Izuku. You made it too. It's very good that you made it too. You looked behind him and saw Uraraka. Oh, hey Uraraka, how you doing? And so you made it in too? And she said, yes, I can't wait for orientation. What we're gonna do after orientation, do you know? He's like, and Izuku's like, I don't know, but we should take our seats and wait. So they both took seats together and started talking, and until somebody came in like a caterpillar bag. Hello, I'm your homeroom teacher, Mr. Aizawa. Right, where are these? We're going to the field and test out your quirks. And Rebecca's like, but we're gonna miss orientation. And Mr. Aizawa's like, I can teach my class how I want, so you better put this on, or you better put this on very quick, or I'll expel you. So they all do. They all put their clothes on in the boys' locker room. Deku takes off his shirt, and everyone. Then Bakugo asked Deku, what is that thing on your back? Pointing at the dragon eating his tail with circles on it that shows the sin's markings. He's like, oh, it's just a birthmark. Like, that's all. Well, Kirishima's like, so, but it looks so manly. And he thanks Kirishima. He's like, thank you, Oju Kirishima. My name's Kirishima. He's like, thank you, Kirishima. So they put on the things and go outside. Aizawa passes the ball to Izuku Midoriya. So Izuku, you got the highest score. What was your highest ball throwing in middle school? Around like 30 mark? Like 30 meters? Do not put with your quirk. I mean, but when we looked at your report card, you were quirkless. So I guess just throw it as hard as you can. So he grabs the ball, then he rounds it back, then instantly threw it as hard as he can, but it made a like light shockwave, and even though that he wasn't that strong. His muscles don't show it, but he's actually very strong because of Dian's giant, because they are very strong. He throws it and he made it out of orbit. He shows it to the class, showing infinity. Everyone was shocked. Infinity? How did he do that? He must be really strong. Everyone was gossiping about how strong Deku was. Then Bakugo got really angry. Deku, how did you get so strong in just a few days? He's, I'm gonna blow your ass up. Aizawa was about to restrain until Deku decided to pull something out of his pocket. It was just like he grabbed a rock. Deku grabbed a stick on the ground, and he threw an explosion at Deku before Aizawa can erase it. But Deku said this: full counter, hitting the explosion with a stick. But then it sent right back at Bakugo, doing double the explosion that sent was Deku. It blew right back at Bakugo. Everyone was stunned. Bakugo said, what the hell? Why did my attack come back at me? But that felt like double the damage that I was going to do to you. He said. Deku said, it's a special thing. I can't tell you, but you're not gonna do very good, Bakugo. So then Aizawa said, Bakugo, you shouldn't attack your fellow classmate like that. If you do that again, I'll expel you. And he looks to Deku. Deku, even though Bakugo was trying to attack you, I'll have to give you a warning too. Just a small warning. And I'll give you a small warning this time. But if you two were to fight, I'll give you another warning. But then if you fight again, I will expel you both from the school. They both said, yes. They said, yes, sir. And they did the rest of the test. Deku was acing all the tests with his powers. He was acing all the tests, getting first on everything. after the score, they showed Mineta at the end, at the final place. Mineta was scared, thinking that he was going to get expelled. Until, as I said, I was just joking about an expulsion, and I just said that so you all do your best. Everyone was like, what? Then Momo said, yeah, I knew that from the start. I should have probably told you guys. As in, they said, you should have. Yeah. After that, they're all going home. Tenya, Ida, Muraka, and Deku were talking while walking to the station. And after a few days, one of the classes, Finn, all might came through the door. I am here, come through the door like a hero. Walking up to the stage. So he said, that's his Golden Age outfit. Then he's like, it's time for your lesson, battle training. Bakugo was looking, yes. Deku was like, I may be able to use my power. And they said, and obviously, Deku's design is going to be different in the Seiyu because he has to hold all his 6 treasures. So obviously, he made his suit so when he allowed the whole Lost Vein, Bond's secret treasure, Diane's one, and also his pillow that will actually be the one thing that he's holding. So in this training, he was going to use Lost Vein in this training in his mind. Then they go off to the background. Deku's wearing his usual, was wearing a green outfit, but there was a huge hole. Well, there was a zipper on it. Everyone was wondering what that was. Then he had a sword in the other one. They were like, did Deku bring a sword? Is he using weapons? And he says, I have to use these because this is how I use my powers. This is how I use my powers that I have. Now, like, powers? Don't you mean you have but you're quirkless? And he's like, yeah, I am quirkless, but I use powers instead of quirk. So I was saying okay to that. But then they all got paired up. Then all might pick out 2 balls. Deku and Uraraka were heroes, and Tenya, Ida, and Bakugo were the villains. Deku and Uraraka were looking at the building, and Deku was thinking about one thing. How? Because he knew that Bakugo was going to come after him straight at the start. Then he had an idea. He asked Uraraka. He said to Uraraka, I have a plan, Uraraka, so we can do this. She said, what is it? So then he grabbed the Lost Vein and said, I'm going to be using this I'm going to be using something as a distraction. Right outside, he was getting ready. He said, Sacred Treasure Release. Then he's like, duplication, and he cloned 3 more people. Well, that looks like exactly like them. Everyone was shocked by it. They were all like, is there 3 of them? How did he do that? Uraraka was surprised by this as well. But then Deku said, I'm going to spread all these around in the building, and they obviously can look through some rooms, and obviously me and you are going to stick together. If Bakugo comes after me, I'm just going to run, and I'm going to leave one of the clones with him, so then I'm allowed to come with you. So I'm going to spread them all out. So when it started, all the clones went inside, obviously running through, going different directions. Then after they went inside, Uraraka and Deku ran inside. Bakugo saw a clone of Deku and exploded the clone. The clone was very vanished instantly, and was like, what? What happened to? What was that? He saw another Deku walking down the hall. He punched him right in the face, but he didn't do much damage to Bakugo. He's like, what's wrong, Deku? I'm weaker? He was about to throw an explosion until that, as Yuka said, full counter! Sending the right back at him. Uraraka and Deku were still running. They saw the clone fighting Bakugo, so then he told Uraraka to just go to the top floor. Wait, and he was going to fight off Bakugo until another clone come there. there were two clones, and Bakugo sent two huge explosions to each side of them, evaporating them. Then Deku walked out. It was like, "So, you were able to fight off my clones. Now, it's time for you to fight me." Then he looked at Deku like, so they were just to distract me. He was like, yeah, but obviously you took all them easily. So now it's time for you to face me. Bakugo was like, let this go, I'm gonna roast you. And Deku was like, we'll see about that, Kachan. He grabs out Lost Fan. Bakugo was getting ready explosions. And then that's where we're gonna leave it off. We're gonna leave it off there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like the story so much, keep on supporting this and watching it. I'm very appreciative, and obviously we're signing out right now. And if you want more, just like the video or subscribe if it's your choice. Anyway, Carry Raptor Gaming signing out.